Hi there, welcome to another video from Parker Owners Boat Sales. I'm Jonathan Parker and we're here today in Port Solent Marina near Portsmouth to show you this 2008 Cranchi Endurance 41. It's a 2008 model which is a slightly updated model from the earlier 41, so we'll show you the differences. It's mainly interior colours, and also from the Endurance 39 which gives you some extras as well, so we'll show you through. But this Endurance 41 is a very good offshore powerboat. It's got two Volvo Penta D6 370 engines, which you can see here. Absolutely fantastic power, and this will give you over 40 knots. It's about a 42 knot boat with a clean bottom, and very, very good sea boat. It's 41 foot and not too beamy. It's a very, very good sea boat. So we're going to show you all the features and benefits, including the very generous downstairs saloon, which you can see here, and to the very generous aft cabin layout. So it has one proper cabin. You can make up the front saloon as well, but the one cabin is very generous. So this boat is perfect for a small family, or if you are just a couple who want to get out on the water in a very capable offshore boat with good performance. But one of the differences between the 39 and the 41 is this bathing platform. Now the bathing platform is extended. On the 39 it's not, so it's a bit trickier to get on and off. But with this extended platform, it's a very easy to access boat. It does have a boarding ladder as well as the 41. What it gives you is a garage. So you've actually got a garage where you can store a tender in here. Let me just lift it up for you. So as it comes up, you'll see there's a 2.8 metre tender in there, so it's good for that. If you don't want a tender in there, it's brilliant storage for water sports, paddle boards, anything you like that. But you can see it's a very generous space. It also has an electric winch down the end as well as this is access then under this floor to get full engine access. There is a bit of side access. It's very tight to get in there on the side access, but you can get in there just to check bilges and general condition. But if you want full engine access, you can lift out the bottom of here. It's not too bad to do. There's an additional couple of panels in here, so if you don't need to take the whole floor out, you can just open those up to do levels and things like that. So very, very useful bit of space. And you can see it's very clean and tidy in here as well. You'll find that throughout the boat. It's a very clean and tidy boat. Now, let me just drop this down. I'll tell you what, let me just move this electric cable because it got caught a second ago. All right, let's do it now. As we drop it down, what it will do, it will show you then there's actually a sunbathing area on top. Also, you can see so it is all later teak throughout, and it carries on through the cockpit area as well. It's generally through the cockpit area, it's in very good condition. It's suffering a little bit on the back. You can see it's getting a little bit thin. So don't come to this boat thinking it's perfect. It's a little bit thin in places. You could probably do with a new bit of teak on here, or if you're happy to live with it like this, that's absolutely fine. And there's some teak around the front of the bow anchor as well, which is suffering as well. But we'll show you that. But really, apart from that, this boat is really nice condition. As you can see on top, there's a huge sunbathing area. And then there is additional storage under here as well. And then you've got obviously the camper covers, which do extend, as you can see, all the way over. So when you're completely enclosed, it still gives a very nice feel in here. And then into the additional cockpit seating. And there's even a small door here to stop things falling out the back when you're going along, which is quite neat. And then this is actually a bit of engine access. There's actually an outboard bracket here as well, so this is also doubles as a step down. So the outboard for the tender is just neatly stored here. But once the outboard's out, you can actually get down into the bilges. Now these engines are very clean. It's very dry down there, and they're up together as well, all up together with surfacing, and the drives as well. So it's all in very good shape. As you come through, there's another storage area under the floor here. And it's huge. If you look down in there, there's actually a step to get down in there, and there's a great bit of storage again. So it doesn't lack storage, this boat either. So this is very much a sports boat in a 41-foot size. So they're not thinking about using all the space for accommodation, they're just thinking about comfort, they're thinking about storage, they're thinking about performance with this boat. And we've got a wet bar, so we've got a proper grill and sink arrangement. So this is used off the shore power, so when you're on shore power it works. There is no generator. These did have a generator option, but this one doesn't have a generator fitted. And then you've got an outside fridge as well, which as you can see is in nice condition as well, with a small freezer compartment. There's additional storage underneath the seats, but as you come through you start to get a feel of the Italian sort of vibe with the silver finishes, and then when you come up to here you can see the cover as well. It's in very nice condition. All the perspex is nice and clear, all the zips look in good shape, and all the canvas is in really nice shape as well. I love this frame. So this is on most of them, so I've all got this frame, but you can, when you want to take the cover back, you can use this slide system, so the whole frame slides back, and then you can attach it onto here, or you can just take the perspex out and you're left with this bimini, and then it's supported by this frame, which you can manually adjust the tension on it as well by twisting this handle, and that'll manually put more or less tension on it. So if it starts to flap around, you can just tension it up. It's really, really good feature. And then you come to the helm position and the passenger position. So you've got 3 forward-facing seats. So you've got a really nice position here for a passenger. Actually like this. There's loads of grab handles as well, again for that performance side. But when you look out, you're looking straight through the windscreen. It's actually a very good vantage. The top of the windscreen is actually above your eye line. So there's a lot of sports boats in your eye line, but it's not on this. So it is a very practical. The seat bases flip up if you want to stand, but also they come into the down position for sitting at this really nicely laid out and finished helm position. I love the steering wheel, Italian of course, steering wheel. Electronic controls, because these are the D6 370s. And we've also got Bennett trim tabs, as well as obviously these ones stern drive, so we've got controls for the stern drives as well. And this also has the benefit of a bow thruster. So Cranchi always did it in this way, so having rather than a dedicated bow thruster, they actually use so just a couple of rocker switches to operate it, but the bow thruster operates perfectly satisfactory. And then of course you've got all your arrangement of gauges. It has the nav equipment it has on it has depth, and it has an E80 Chartplotter. This looks fairly original, but there isn't anything else. So there's no radar, there's no autopilot, but it is all set out for that, because if you had autopilot it would be fitted into here. So there are spaces to add additional. So if you wanted to upgrade the plotter and add radar, add autopilot, you can do. But as it stands, it's got an E80 plotter on here, but which is perfectly fine for just local navigation. The steering wheel is adjustable as well, so if you are standing and you want to flip up and you want to go along standing up, you can actually adjust the steering wheel just to suit your needs. I always like that, it's quite a nice feature, so you can get a really nice position. And then we'll head down. They use this really cool roller door. I like this. This feels very neat. And then I've taken my shoes off. If you pop down, it's a sort of step arrangement. You've got to do right foot first, then left, then right, then left, and then you come down into the forward V-berth. And you always think on a sports boat, well, the V-berths are quite small. This one's huge. So again, they could have easily tried to make a cabin out of this forward section, but it's designed, it's a high performance, you know, for small families or a couple, or just for entertaining big day boat, but also it's got nice accommodation for a small family or a couple. And we've got storage behind the mirrors here, and we've also got these very neat blinds that come up and down. So I like these, very easy to use. And I like this light wood finish. So the later Endurance 41, which this is, has a lighter wood finish and a different colour on the upholstery as well. And the finishes are generally feel more modern than the earlier ones, which are darker woods and more the cream colours, where this has got the dark tan. So I really love the sort of chocolate, if you like. but all in very nice condition. So all this would work, and even the flooring. So this flooring is in very clean condition still, and it feels like velvet. It's like a velvet finish. That's access to the bow thruster. And then we've got an over carpet down here as well, just to protect. And then we have, should we go galley? So we've got galley, we've got sink, hot and cold at the sink with a nice drainer. I love this finish, it's very nice. And then we also have gas on board as well. So if we do want to board a kettle or do some cooking when we're not on shore power, we still can. And even as these finials, so the finials are really cool. So it'll hold your kettle while you're going along. So you can board a kettle while moving along, or if you're at anchor and it's a bit rocky, you can do that. But if you want to cover it up and use it as worktop space, you can. And then we had a microwave as well, and storage under here. And then they do some nice touches, because they could have easily made this just like this, but they're a bit of Italian style, and a roller door. And then again, they finished it nicely inside, because they've just made little cubbies. If you want to put cutlery somewhere, someone to put cutlery. It's very neatly well designed, I think. And there's an electric point there as well, which is interesting. So you can have stuff on here, and there's a few electric points dotted around. And I like the ceiling as well. It's got this light, this mood lighting, just all the way around the ceiling. And again, a wood finish with some downlights, and you've got 3 more downlights down there. And then of course you've got the 2 opening hatches, which brings a lot of light in, as well as the side windows as well. But if you pop over this side, there's a second fridge, a bigger one in here. Again, which is something they probably could have got away with 1 fridge, but they've put the 2 in. And then a TV, DVD player, so you can dig out all your old DVDs. I don't know, when's the last time you watched a DVD? Oh, it doesn't happen anymore, does it? But you can do that here. I love that, because you know, when you are on shore power, you haven't got a good TV signal because you're somewhere remote. Put your DVDs on. My favourite is Only Fools and Horses. Fair enough. Right, and stereo, and then we've got the electrical switches. What a whole box set. Right, and you can see everything is operated from here. It's all very neat and tidy. But I do like even behind here, you've got access to the back of here, and also access to more electrics. But you've even gone to the trouble of putting a perspex screen across just to protect it all. And you could even store things like the remote controls and things like that in there if you wish to, for the TV. It's all very neatly goes away. And of course the wooden finish as well. Let's show you the heads. So I do like the heads. And see, you've even got the silver. See, there's mood lighting as well as you come down. So there is mood lighting and this finish. You know, they've really gone to trouble to make, and these are properly moulded. You know, you tend to find in a lot of boat finishes, there's just a bit of plywood with some material around or something like that. But this has actually been properly moulded for this boat. It's more like a production car when everything's moulded in. It's really been thought about and designed. And then into the heads, as you can see, there's a proper shower tray. There's a proper shower curtain that goes all the way around. Really good head height. As you know, I'm 6 foot. And so I've got a good few inches above my head. But it's got the proper shower on the wall that's built in, again with the silver finish. So I really like that, because quite often it's just a pull-out tap and then that's your shower. So you've got a fixed shower head there. You've also got this, again, this metallic finish to the toilet seat. It's really neat. I don't know, I just like it. And then, of course, you've got the finish again. This has got curtains in here rather than blind this time, and then hot and cold tap. But this is also a pull-out. So if you do want the benefit of a pull-out as well as an overhead, then you have both. There's a nice mirror there as well. And again, you've got a shaver, full electric point here and light switch. Very neat, very neat. But, of course, you know, it's not where am I going to sleep. So if you go through this door here, you almost go into a corridor. Again, you walk in to start with, and there's actually quite a lot of storage. This is the bag, this is the original Cranchi bag. All the manuals, paperwork, all the title of the boat is all very, very comprehensive and is in there. And then we've got the vanity area, so we've got another sink, so which is really neat. So you can enclose yourself off to a point with a mirror. That's nice and clean, isn't it? And then storage, there's just some towels in there. And then you have a wardrobe with shelving as well. which is, I really like that. So just the additional, put your pants and socks in there. And then there's a nice seat. Oh, crikey. And there's a nice seat down here. And then you're down into, I suppose, sorry, I'll take that. And then we're down into the main bed. And you see there's a window at the end with a blind across. And again, very nicely finished. There's another worktop space here with storage. And then if we come across, you can see the seat. And then again, you've got the two blinds as well. This is made as a double, and he's actually got two proper mattresses on here to make it really neat. But the original mattress is underneath, and it can actually be made into a twin as well. So you can see the infill just there in the floor. So this can be made into a twin, but the current owners actually put two proper mattresses down to make it really, really big, comfortable bed. And it has obviously risen the bed height by a good few inches as well. So you actually get a bit more headroom if these weren't here. But actually it's a really nice addition as a permanent sleeping area. Very neat, very cosy. And then we'll come back out. What we'll do, we'll pop round the side decks and I'll just show you around there. There's a couple of neat features as well that they've built in for the side access. First thing as well, the anchor, it's a windlass anchor. You can operate it from the helm, but also it has a remote control as well. So you can operate it from up the front as well, which is quite neat. So pop that back down. The VHF, I think that's an upgrade from new as well. And then, if you want to pop round the side decks, there's a neat step as well. And I quite like this. I don't know if you saw this, there's a hole here, but you can pop your rope in there. So you don't have to take it off, you can just, because you always, when you're going to put the ropes, where you're going to store it in there. Shove it in there and pull it out when you're ready to do. It's quite neat. You can see there's a shower as well. And the side decks are pretty good. There is a grab handle just to the inside, so it's actually easier to get around this when the covers are off than on, but as soon as you get to here, you've got the rails anyway. And it is a bit windy, so I'll try and protect from the wind. And of course, there are bow cushions as well. So there is a bow cushion that goes onto here. There's also, they do these neat little side ones. So they don't have to, but it's just a side seat. So if you just want to sit here, I don't know why. Or you can sit over there. And they've got these properly inbuilt fender holders as well. Really neat, actually welded on. Nice angle, and there's 4 on this side, and then there's 4 that side as well. And then you're up to the front section. And again, the teak here, it's actually not as bad as I remembered, but it is flaking off. So I'd say that this teak should be done as well. This bit was replaced at some stage, but again, you'd probably want to do it all to match. Then you've got the anchor, windlass anchor chain in here. There's also a washdown though. So there is actually a washdown point actually in here. So you can use the water to wash down. So people will use this to wash off the anchor and maybe wash the anchor chain as it comes in. So you wash all the salt off the anchor chain, wash off the mud off the anchor. So really useful. And if you get any dirt on the side decks, you can use it for that as well. So very, very useful. A nice bit of thought as well. And there's also the bow boarding option. So there's a step here and a chain, so you can get on and off the bow if need be as well. The wind's picking up a bit, so I'm just going to get myself back out of the wind. If you look at the top, there's actually a radar mount already on there, so you can pop a radar on there quite easily. And then you've got the TV aerial, VHF, and then the GPS up there as well. And again, these covers, as you can see, they're in really nice condition. It really doesn't want for much to make it perfect. And really the only thing I would suggest is the teak. And but apart from that, the boat is in very, very good condition. I'd certainly encourage you to come and see the boat. If you're thinking of this sort of size boat, this sort of budget, it's certainly a brilliant alternative if you don't need 2 separate cabins. That front section though, that front saloon section, can be made up to a cabin. It's got infills. you can use it as a second sleeping area, and because of the size of the seating, it's a big bed when it is made up as well. So you can certainly do that. So if you really like this boat, come and see it. Book an appointment to come and see it with us. Come and see the more details on our website, parker-adams.co.uk. But also subscribe to our channel. Come and see all the other videos we've done now. We've done over 2,000 videos now. We've got over 5,000 subscribers, so you're not the only ones watching the video. So I hope you've enjoyed this. And I guess if there's nothing else to say, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.